a radio play we're going to do for you now. It's called the Marc and Marsh Show. And the idea is that this is a show that's been on the radio, like an old-time radio show, like George Burns and Gracie Allen and that sort of thing. And it's been on the air for quite some time. It's like a George Burns, Gracie Allen show, only it takes place now. It's a contemporary show, but it's the same kind of feel. And the idea is that we're taping this live. We're going out over the air now even as we do the show. And so we're going to be doing the sound effects live. And we're also going to have a lovely and energetic and talented Miss Katie O'Neill, who's going to be our applause person. And when she shows you these signs, please do what they tell you. Applause. Cheer.
Yay!
Okay, this next one, this is like I say, this is an ongoing show, so there's recurring characters on it, like like the equivalent would be Fonzie, that sort of thing. Whenever you see these characters, you'll see this sign.
Well, look, it's
and he goes,
Fonzie.
oh, look, oh, geez, oh, I never thought I'd get to see him live. Okay, I think that's all you need to know. This is the Marc and Marsh Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your announcer, Tony Romeo, and it's time once more for the Marc and Marsh Show.
Well, come on, Mars, we're starting.
Okay, hurry up. Okay, wait, don't start without me. Okay, let's go. Okay, wait, Mark. Mark, before we start, can we do the letter bit before we start? Can we, huh?
The letter bit, is that where we answer the letters that people write us in every week?
Yeah, the letter bit. Can we do it?
Well, we only have one letter, Mars. It's a postcard.
Oh, well, I knew that. I knew that. I know that a lot of you radio listeners out there have been writing in every week and asking us why we do this show anyway. I mean, right here, here's a letter from...
It's a postcard.
Okay, it's a postcard from Mr. Binkley of San Leandro, California. And he writes it right here. He says, why do you do this show anyway?
And Mars has an answer for you.
That's right. We're not doing this for our own personal edification, you know, Mr. Binkley. We're concerned about you. Every single one of you. Even you, Mr. Binkley. When we go take a ride on a bus or go out and pick up our food stamps, we notice a lot of you look depressed.
That's right.
But we're not the kind of people who can look the other way because everywhere we look, you look depressed. So, you know, we're kind of scared that with all this depression around that we might sort of trickle back into the...
Let's trickle down.
Okay, trickle down into the really big kind of depression they had back there in the 40s.
Oh, that was the 30s.
What?
The 30s, Mars, not the 40s.
Okay, Mr. Long-Term Memory. This guy, he really does have a really good long-term memory. It goes on for years.
We're talking about the depression.
Are you depressed?
No. We're talking about the depression.
Oh, right. The depression. Okay, that old depression was a really big depression. But this one, it's not, the new depression isn't going to be exactly the same as the old one. I mean, it can't. We're in the 60s now.
We're in the 80s, Mars.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting. Time is so relative,
Isn't
you know? Okay, anyway, we, Marc and Mars, are totally and irrevocably...
That's irrevocably.
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 What kind of word is irrevoc,
It's
Mark?
an adverb, I think. I don't know.
It
I don't have a
doesn't
dictionary
scan, it doesn't
up here.
do anything. Okay, never mind. We, Marc and Mars, are anti-neo-depressionists. We are against depression in any form, especially neo.
We want you all to be neo-happy.
Yay!
That's certainly what I want.
And that's what Mr. Reagan wants.
Mark, I thought you said you couldn't stand Mr. Reagan.
Oh, no, dear. What I said was Mr. Reagan depresses me.
Well, how can he want you to be neo-happy and depress you at the same time? Conflicting emotions are not good for you, Mark.
Well, I'm not in conflict. I'm depressed.
Well, don't be depressed. Be happy. That's what we're here for.
Yay!
I agree with Mars totally. So, before we get on with the show, the program, let's find something good and happy to talk about. Can you think of anything, Mars?
No.
Well, look right here on the clipboard, honey. We got a whole list of things.
Oh, right. Okay. This one makes me happy just thinking about it, okay? How about all those big hunks of cheese that the Republicans gave away last Christmas, huh?
That was certainly a good thing.
God, I love cheese. I just hope it wasn't that camembert stuff.
Camembert, is that the kind of cheese smell like vomit?
Can you say vomit on the radio?
I just did.
You know what I wish? I wish all those truly needy people who are just sitting at home with their hunks of cheese would give us a call right here on the Marc and Marsh show and share their cheese experience.
Oh, wait a second,
with
Mars.
us.
Tony's holding up a sign back there. It says, "No calls, you're pre-recorded."
Pre-recorded? Is this a deja vu?
I don't think so. What are you talking about, Tony?
Ma Bell temporarily disconnected our phone. Anyway, by the time we air this tape, you'll be home already.
How do they do those talk shows on the radio?
I thought I gave Tony the money to pay the phone bill. Hey, Tony!
Door slam.
Tony! Where'd he go?
Gosh, we sure are learning a lot about radio doing this show.
Mars, I gave him $100 to pay the phone bill.
Money is just a concept, Mark. If you really want to have money, you should do like I do. Wake up every morning and say 3 times, I am a money magnet. I am a money magnet.
I am depressed.
This is really selfish of you, Mark. You're supposed to be making our listeners happy.
I know, honey. I'm sorry. You just go ahead and start the show. I'll be back in a minute. And wait till I get my hands on that Tony.
Door slam.
Mark, where are you going? Wait a minute. You guys just can't leave me up here to do everything. Oh, I'm sorry, radio listeners. I'm sure they'll be back in time for this week's show. Mark, Tony, okay, I can cope. I can cope with this. All I have to do is center. Okay, I'll just okay. This week's episode is called In Vitro Video, and it's pre-recorded.
San Francisco. After dark. Fog creeps into the hate. Night falls heavy on the unemployed. Mars finds herself alone. Too alone. Terrified of the workings of her own mind, she seeks solace and something to eat in the apartment of her downstairs neighbors, Fred and Ethel.
Ethel? Ethel, where are you?
Come in, darling. I'm in the kitchen, under the sink.
Why, look, it's Ethel!
I can't stay long. I have to find Mark a job. Jeez, what is all this stuff?
I'm just redecorating, darling. I'm putting in all new copper plumbing. I just simply couldn't bear another day with these dismal gray pipes.
Gee, Ethel, you're so creative. Maybe you could find Mark a job. I mean, you're so good at expressing yourself on the physical plane, and I mean that in the political sense.
Politics, schmalitics, plumbing is my life. There is something about a cold steel wrench in my hand that satisfies my maternal longing.
I love it when you talk like that, baby.
Why, look, it's Fred!
Oh, Fred, darling, I didn't hear you come in.
Hiya, Fred.
Oh, hire yourself, Toots. Hey, so that old man of yours is finally gonna get a job, huh?
Fred, I feel you should know right now that Mark and I refer to each other as life mates. We both feel it's the only politically correct thing to do.
Oh, life mates, huh? You act more like inmates, if you ask me. Inmates in a loony bin. Just kidding, Toots. Seriously, though, it's about time one of you guys got a job. You're 5 months behind in the rent. And I mean that in a political sense.
Oh, now, darling, you promised not to talk about the rent. It's such a disagreeable subject.
I guess you're right. You gals shouldn't be worrying your pretty little heads about money.
Boo, hiss, groan.
I'm not worried about money, so why should you be? We're all gonna get jobs. Tony and Mark are out there right now trying to find me a job. Tony said if I'm going to unite the women of the world, I'd better start acting like a woman and learn to type. And Mark said I'll never be fulfilled as a woman until I can contribute money to our life mate unit.
Those guys aren't as dumb as I thought.
They're right, you know, my little Marushka. You must throw yourself into your work, and when you bring home the paycheck, Then you will know what is the true meaning of freedom.
But won't I be too tired to be free?
I am never tired.
Ah, you can say that again.
Why should she? Weren't you paying attention?
Look, kid. Mark and Tony are taking you for a ride. Don't you see? Hey, it's not like Ethel here. She's got a real vocation. We don't even need the money. On a good day, I can pick up $1,000 on the street. But you're just an airbrained little filly. You can't go around supporting 2 full-grown men.
I'm not gonna support them. I'm just gonna contribute.
Yeah? What are they contributing?
Well, Mark's gonna get a job. He is. It's just that he's so busy. He's got to take meetings with Tony, and Tony takes meetings with him, and gee, there are only so many hours in a day, you know.
Relax, kid. I like Mark. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Call this number and ask for Uncle Vitro. Tell him Fred said there's a job at the palace.
Oh, Fred, darling, you have saved the day once again. What a man you are. Are you hungry for your dinner now, darling?
Whoa! I'm hungry, baby, but not for any finger-licking chicken.
Yay!
Gosh, chicken sure sounds good to me.
Look, kid, don't you think you better go make that phone call?
Oh, sure, but it wouldn't be polite to leave right in the middle of dinner.
There ain't gonna be any dinner.
Aw.
Hey, here's a sawbuck. Go get yourself some chicken.
Gee, thanks.
Now beat it.
Huh?
Mars, darling, I think what Fred is trying to say is, we want to be alone.
Oh, sure. I'm the kind of person that can understand these kinds of delicate vibrations. I'll just run upstairs and make this little phone call. You two must have a lot of things you want to talk about.
Good night.
Door slam.
You're really good people, you know. Good people with good copper plumbing.
Next morning, dawn came early for Mark and Mars.
Wake up, Mark, wake up.
What? Huh?
Today's the day, wake up.
Okay, I'm up. What is it?
I did it.
I'll bite.
Oh, it was probably just a spider, but that's okay. They only have good karma. It doesn't come back at you or nothing.
I didn't say something bit me. I said I'll bite.
Why would you want to bite a spider? Yuck.
Mars, why did you wake me up?
So you wouldn't be late.
Oh, gosh, I better hurry. How much time do I have? Where am I going, anyway?
You got a job.
I did? I must have been sleepier than I thought. I thought I was asleep.
You were asleep, silly. I got you the job.
Well, thanks. Why didn't you get you a job?
You and Tony were supposed to get me a job.
Oh, we did, kinda. We got you an interview. Here's the address.
Well, that's pretty good, I guess.
So, what's my job?
I don't know. It's your job. I can't take responsibility for everything, Mark.
Well, where am I going then?
Well, here's the address. I was downstairs last night, and Fred told me to call this guy Uncle Vitro. So I called him, but they said they wanted a man. I told him that was discriminatory, but he said he didn't care about that, so why should I?
Yeah,
So I told him we all have to care, but he said he didn't care about that either, but they pay $5 an hour, no experience necessary. You are perfect for this job, Mark. So anyway, he said okay, and so I said okay, and so he said okay, come down tomorrow at 9, and that's today, so hurry up. Mark, wake up!
Okay, I'm up. I just feel a little dizzy. I'll be all right in a second. What kind of place is the job at? Did you find out that much?
Well, that's the best part. It's at some kind of palace. Maybe you'll get to be undersecretary to a king or underwear or something. Oh, Mark, this is so exciting. Maybe you better wear your wingtips. Feet make very important impressions, you know.
Well, I've certainly always been impressed by them. How about some coffee?
You don't have time for coffee. You've got to strike while the iron is hot.
Okay.
Cook that early bird
Okay.
and get out your worm.
What?
This could be your big chance, Mark.
Okay.
Oh, I am so proud of you.
Thanks.
Now, do you have the address?
I don't know. No, I lost it.
Well, lucky for you, I wrote it on my arm.
Well, why is that lucky? I can't take your arm with me.
You are so silly. I'll just wet the ink on my arm and press my skin against your skin like this. Bingo! The letters transfer right onto your arm.
But I can't read them, Mars. They're backwards.
Oh, Oh, Mark, didn't they teach you anything in Boy Scouts?
No.
Hold it up to a mirror.
Oh.
It'll be just like having a secret code. Maybe you better wear your raincoat.
It's not raining.
No, for effect. Get it? Secret code, the palace, raincoat, and a soft brim felt hat.
Gotcha.
Oh, Mark, I'm really glad we're sharing our life. Being your life mate is just one exciting adventure after the next. Now you're gonna get a job and I'm going on an interview. Neat, huh?
Oh, yeah. Should I go now?
Yeah, hurry up.
All right.
No, wait.
All right.
Don't forget your your hat.
Nix on the gat, sweetheart. I got my hat.
Oh.
Mr. Thompson, we'll see you in a moment. Please have a seat.
Okay, but could I use your telephone just for a second? I promise I won't make any long-distance calls. I just want to call Mark and make sure he got there all right.
I guess so.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, is this Mark?
You're Mark?
No, this isn't Mark. It's Mars. I'm Mars. Are you Mark?
Yeah, my name is Mark. How'd you know?
Hi, honey.
Hello?
Mr. Thompson, we'll see you now.
Hold on a minute, Mark. Mr. Thompson is seeing me now.
Okay, bye.
No, don't hang up.
What? I missed that.
I miss you too, sweetheart. Miss, will you put him on hold? I
Hello?
don't think this will take very long.
I guess so.
How do you do, Mr. Thompson? I think that's a nice way to start a conversation, don't you? People have to care about each other these days, and I just want you to know before we go any further that I really and truly care about how you do, and my life mate's on hold, so could we just kind of hurry this along?
Just have a seat, young lady. I'll be with you in a moment. There's someone on line 5.
Thank you.
Hello, Thompson here.
Hello.
What can I do for you?
Is this a quiz show?
Are you sure you wanted to speak to Mr. Thompson?
I was just holding the phone. You started talking to me.
I'm awfully sorry.
Mark?
Is this Mark?
Now, how could that be? You just said you were Mr. Thompson.
I wonder how he got this number. That Mark, he's so resourceful.
I believe this is for you, young lady.
Oh, thank you. Hello, Mark?
Yeah?
What's the palace like? Did you have to use a password?
Oh, it's fine, but it's not like you thought, honey. It's a video palace. Uncle Vitro's Video Arcade and Pleasure Palace. See, the token machine broke. I'm filling in till they get it fixed.
A video palace?
Uh-huh.
You're in charge of tokens?
Yeah.
Mark, how could you? You told me you hated tokenism in any form.
It's not tokenism, honey. It's just tokens.
Young lady, perhaps you'd be more comfortable using the phone in the outer office.
The outer office? Oh, no, Mr. Thompson, don't leave. You just have a seat. I'll be with you in a minute. Mark, listen to me. Are you taking money for those tokens?
Well, I have to, Mars. That's my job.
You are? Don't you remember what Jesus did to the money changers in the temple?
This isn't a temple, honey. Nobody's trying to pray here or anything like that. Well, there's one guy in the corner praying, but I think he's asleep now.
I know you're not in a temple, but it's the same thing, for heaven's sakes. 2,000 years ago, they called them temples. Now they're called video arcades. I keep telling you, you have to keep up with the times. Listen, go check outside. Are there pillars on the outside of that building?
Okay, just a minute. Whoa! Mars, how did you know? There are pillars out there, and there's a guy out there talking about Jesus.
I knew it. A woman has an intuition about these things. Run, Mark. Run for your immortal soul.
Okay.
No, wait.
Okay.
Stay there.
Okay.
I'll be right over. If Jesus shows up, I want to see him.
Okay, but I really don't think it's necessary. Hey, how's your interview going anyway?
Oh, just a minute. I'll ask. Mr. T, how do you feel our interview's going?
Well, I wasn't aware that it had started.
Oh, gosh, and now I'm in such a hurry, I don't think I'll have time to stay and talk with you. Hey, I got a great idea. Mark, since you're not too busy right now, would you do me a favor?
Well, sure, honey, you name it.
Would you pretend you're me for a minute and talk to Mr. Thompson? You always say you know me better than I know myself, and it'd be real good practice for our role reversal class.
Why, sure, sugar. Always glad to help out. Put Mr. Thompson on.
Okay, now, Mr. T, you just go ahead and ask Mark all those pertinent questions. Don't you worry about a thing, Mr. Thompson. I'll save him from this video madness.
Yay! Hello.
Hi.
How fast can you type?
And she's very kind to small animals, Mr. Thompson. In 1972, I think it was 72, she found a small bird and brought it with her to work. Oh, I gotta go now. Mars is here. It was nice talking to you, Mr. Thompson.
Click.
Hi, Mars. Boy, you sure got here quick. See, I'm okay. There's no Jesus. There's nothing but teenagers and video games. Ain't nothing sinful in that.
Well, it looks all right, but appearances can be deceiving. That's what my mother always told me. She'd say, Mark, you can never judge a book by the movie they make out of it. Now, Mark, what are you doing? I mean, what are you really doing?
Well, I think I'm really giving out tokens. 25 cents each, 3 for $1.
Well, that sounds fair enough.
Hey, Mac, quit the gabbing. Give me the tokens.
Well, that's Mark, not Mac. It's a simple mistake. Anybody could make it.
You're the one made the mistake, Mac. You stick 'em up.
No. It's Mark. M-A-R-C.
You're not Jesus, are you?
No, I just said I'm Mark.
Not you, him.
You stick 'em up.
Yeah, is that a real gun?
Oh, I knew evil would rear its ugly head.
Are you calling me ugly?
No, actually, you're rather attractive in a Sal Mineo sort of way.
I don't think he wants to talk about his looks, Mars.
But Mark, his actions are ugly, but he's not. There's a basic difference.
Hand it over.
Give the handsome man the tokens, dear.
I don't want the tokens. Give me the money.
But money won't work in the video games. You have to have tokens. It's sort of a forerunner of how life will be in 20 years or so. Money will have no value. Plastic will become the international form of exchange, making the third world ineffectual in the international money markets, which in turn will reinstate Western European man to his rightful place as global master.
Oh, okay, Professor. Give me the money.
Just a minute. Mark, you can't believe what you're saying.
I'm warning you.
You've always been against plastic in any form.
I'm counting to 5, and then I'm gonna blast you.
Don't get excited, Mars. It's just all in this book Uncle Vitro gave me. It's called Video and You, A White Man's Guide to the 20th Century. Now, this book is full of nostalgia.
1,
For things like the white man's burden,
2,
noblesse oblige,
3,
the Monroe Doctrine.
4.
That's just the kind of stuff Mr. Reagan wants you to believe.
5.
Don't you think so, Sal?
You're driving me crazy.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Hey, what's going on here?
Oh, hi, Uncle Vitro. Honey, meet my boss, Uncle Vitro.
Hey, catch it out of thief.
How do you do? Don't you think that's
Hey,
a nice...
never mind that. Hey, stop, criminal. Hey, catch it out of punk. Mark, you're fired. Leave that book on my desk.
Well, gee, he seemed awful upset.
Well, maybe you're not supposed to talk to anybody while you're on duty.
No, Mars, I think he's mad because that guy took all the money.
Well, at least you saved the tokens.
Well, you know, Mars, I think you're right about this not being a very good place to work. All the cigarette smoke makes my eyes water, the bathrooms are filthy, and I can't figure out what all those women are doing in the back room.
I'm hungry. Let's go get something to eat.
Hey, let's go to Fred and Ethel's first. Maybe they're having dinner.
Who is it?
Mark and Mars.
Nobody's home.
Oh, damn, I was really hoping they'd be home. We got anything to eat upstairs?
Well, there's some tofu in the back of the refrigerator.
Well, let's go up to the attic and see if Tony's got anything to eat. Didn't I want to see him about something anyway?
Let's just go up to our apartment, Mark. I don't want to
Okay.
think about Tony or the radio show or anything. I'm sorry I ever got you that job.
Oh, hey, honey, love means never having to say you're sorry.
Oh, does this mean I don't love you anymore?
Of course not. Eating means never having to say you're hungry, and you're not sorry about that, are you?
Oh, I guess you're right.
Come on in, Tony.
Did I hear somebody say dinner's ready?
I'm glad somebody's making dinner.
Now I remember. Listen, Mr. Romeo, you told me you needed $100 to keep the radio station going. Radio Free San Francisco.
Hey, listen, little man, just relax. Times are tough, you know. I was gonna pay the phone bill, but I just can't keep shooting up the capitalist machine, you know. These are no-money times. They call for a no-money solution, so I liberated your money. It's free now, man, so you can quit worrying about it.
I'm not worried. I'm hungry.
Oh, no problem. We'll just send out for pizza. Hey, my treat. I got $100. See, it all works out.
Wow, you see, Mars, I told you everything would turn out okay with Tony.
Of course, it's all right. Ain't I always right? Here, try some of this.
Well, Mark, I hope you learned something today.
Well, you know I did. I learned, I've really absorbed, the message that all those Leave It to Beaver episodes were trying to get across.
What's that, dear?
Well, it's always best just to stay at home, do nothing, and watch the TV.
That's really profound.
Yeah?
I think I'll write that down.
I think I'll turn on the TV.
You guys are pitiful. I'm starved, Mars. What's for dinner?
Pizza. Where's the phone?
Oh, did I forget to tell you about that? As soon as there was a problem, I went down to the phone store, and I was talking to the people there.
Hey, do you hear something?
I don't hear anything.
Oh, God, I could swear I hear music.
Oh, that's the theme music, Mars. The show's almost over now.
Well, Mark, where do we go when we go off the air?
Tune in next time when Mars and Ethel visit Jane Fonda in Exerjazzard Dancercise, The Aerobic Revolution.
Is that the title, Mark? Aerobia? Where is that anyway? Is that one of those emerging third world nations?
Miss Katie O'Neill on signs. Mr. Bob Moore. Righteous Raoul, Miss Hazel Weiser, Mary Swanson. My name is Merle Kessler. Thank you.